Hey, this is David from Roadie, Backstage as a Service. In this video we're going to learn a little bit about how Backstage works. You'll see I have a component in my Backstage catalog here, and it has the PagerDuty plugin, it has some links, it has builds pulled in from GitHub Actions, and so on. All normal things that you might expect to see in Roadie when you view a service. Now, I'm going to show you the GitHub repo which backs this service so that we can see how this functionality works. Now, here's the Roadie HQ sample service. This is an open source service that you can look at yourself and you can use as a template for your own Backstage catalog entities. If I scroll down here, you'll see I have a catalog info YAML file. And if I look in there, you'll see the main YAML metadata that drives the functionality of that component in Backstage. So you'll notice a number of things from the previous view of Backstage. Firstly, there's a name. This is unique in the catalog. There's a title, which is a human readable version of the name. There's a description of what this service does. And again, this is used directly inside Backstage. Then there's the links. So here is where I have linked to Datadog, for example. And if you go back to Backstage, you'll notice that that is what populates the links component card inside Backstage. Then we have annotations. Annotations are what drive the plugin functionality of Backstage. So for any given plugin that you might see in Backstage, you will frequently also have an annotation in the YAML metadata that describes your services or your components, and they drive the plugin functionality. So for example, we have a PagerDuty integration key, and this is what allows Backstage to map a particular component in PagerDuty to a component in Backstage. And that's how it knows what information to display where. There are similar annotations for GitHubs to drive the CI functionality, and there is an annotation for tech docs to drive documentation. You'll also notice here that this is where the owner is specified. So engineering is the name of a team in the Roadie GitHub organization. And that's how Backstage knows which team owns this component.